But here, all these protests, remember, is directed towards projecting one man, their Neta, as innocent. Amit Bharadwaj also joining us from Delhi. Similar protests in Delhi as well, continuing for the 4th straight day. Amit, over to you.
Nabila, the situation on the ground is that Congress workers and Congress leaders have yet again, they are on the roads, on the streets of the national capital, and similar visuals are coming from across the country. 4th day of protest by the Congress workers and Congress leaders against the questioning of Rahul Gandhi by the Enforcement Directorate. Ma'am, the question that is being asked is that, Congress has not protested, has not staged big protests when it comes to issues of inflation, unemployment, but when it comes to the Gandhi family, the Congress Karyakartas and Netas hit the streets.
Very, very sorry. Many of us have been raising these issues. We have no other source excepting social media where we have been raising whether there's a decline in Delhi and decline elsewhere. I myself have been on record. I'm a former education minister. I can off on 1 minute roll out so many things that are wrong. So it's not that we are not aware of it. But when it comes to curtailing your very existence, when it comes to attacking your right and pushing women and pulling women, male police handling women, they're falling down on the ground, then it's a different matter. It is your human existence, it's your right to life and your right to existence and your right to think the way you want to.
But there are questions as to why is Congress trying to put pressure on an investigative agency when the agency is doing its job?
Investigating agencies must be used to this. If they are so much pressurized, they feel so pressurized, they are not worthy of the job that they are doing. Okay. Let them do their job openly. We are not saying that you come under pressure and do it. It's not to put pressure on them. It's the way they walked into 24 Akbar Road and they get into our office and not letting us...
That is the protest about yesterday. We saw that Delhi police officials had barged into the Congress headquarters located on 24 Akbar Road. And here are the visuals from the protest outside the LG office in the national capital. You see, Congress workers, hundreds of Congress workers are now trying to march towards the LG house. This particular protest is being led by Anil Chaudhary, president of the DPCC. And, this is the 4th day of the entire protest being led by the Congress workers. And right here, Nabila, what I can see is, I can see Anil Chaudhary and Mukul Wasnik. We'll also try to speak to Mukul Wasnik, about the entire idea of this protest. Mr. Wasnik, what is the plan? So, Nabila, right there, the march towards the LG house has just begun, and DPCC president along with senior Congress leader Mukul Wasnik is now marching towards the Delhi LG house. And clearly the visuals, even on the 4th day, are similar to what we saw, on the day 1 of questioning of Rahul Gandhi by the Enforcement Directorate. Congress workers are angry, they are holding flags, placards, they are sloganeering in favor of Rahul Gandhi, and along with that they are also sloganeering against the BJP as well as Delhi police. Now today's protest, the context here, the important context here is that today's protest is also happening because of the alleged act of Delhi police entering the AICC headquarters yesterday and allegedly picking up the Congress Karyakartas and Congress workers from the ground. So that has also further angered the Congress workers, Congress Karyakartas, and right there Mr. Ajay Maken also joining the protest. There are allegations that you are trying to put pressure on the investigative agency.
Is it the pressure? Who is putting pressure? Police is entering Congress party's headquarters. Who is putting pressure? When the police enters into the headquarters of a political party, who is pressurizing whom?
Sir, one more question. As per so right there, Mr. Ajay Maken marching and participating in the protest that is being led by Mukul Vasnik and Anil Chaudhary. Right there you can see in the visuals. You know, it is the fourth day continuously Congress workers are protesting against the questioning of the ED office, and today it is also about how Delhi police bars inside the Congress headquarters. We'll again try to speak to Mr. Makan and ask about specific questions coming out from the ED investigation. Sir, there is one question. There is one question that Mr. Rahul Gandhi has told ED, as per sources, that all the decisions were taken by Mr. Vora.
How do you know? Who has told you? Who has told you how such is the escape? No, this is some selective leakages done deliberately by the government. This is what we object to.
So Nabila, clearly you just heard Mr. Ajay Makan responding to the basic question, because we had learned from our sources that Mr. Gandhi had told the ED that all financial decisions at the AJL and Young India Foundation were, of the authorized signatory